Hi everybody, how's everybody doing? Namaste everyone. Hello. I just came back from a long walk in the forest and I had a very beautiful encounter. I'll tell you all about it. This is the webinar of the Pranic Process Online. We are meeting yet again tonight to discuss beautiful ways of uplifting your vibration, connecting to source, staying in touch with your divine self, upgrading your energy, creating a better life. Like, who doesn't want that, of course? And fine-tuning, refining the way you create your reality. We wait still for some people to join, but I was saying that I just came back from the forest from a beautiful walk. We have a beautiful castle in my area, and I just had this 2 hours walk in the most pristine nature, connecting to the trees, connecting to the animals, and so many beautiful people around that we said hi to. And as in Romania we're celebrating the Orthodox Easter, there's a very special energy. There's a very beautiful vibe in the area and everywhere around. Everybody's celebrating one way or another. We had this fantastic night at the church where priests are singing, proclaiming the fact that the Christ is resurrected, and basically celebrating life, right? And today I feel to talk about how to connect with your spirit guides, your beings of light, but also how to connect with the people in your life that have transitioned from the physical plane, the ones that have left their bodies, and how to stay in touch with them, because what happened after my walk was very beautiful. I was having this favorite restaurant in the area of the mountains that I'm living in, an Indian restaurant, and today I felt guided to go to that restaurant after my forest walk and get a mango juice. I am loving mango juice, but after a walk in the forest, there's not so much desire in me to go in a busy restaurant just for a juice. So I was hesitating. I passed it by. I went almost close to my home, but something kept guiding me. Go back, go back, go back, and take this mango juice. Okay? I turned around my car from the almost 2 minutes away from my home, and I went into this restaurant. I sat at a table and I ordered a mango juice to go because I was really wanting to get home. I was going to start this webinar, so it was clear to me that I was needing to make it quick, right? As I stood there waiting for the mango juice to come, I noticed this lady at the bar, quite elegant, elegantly dressed, with beautiful hairdo, and I thought she was drinking a glass of wine, and but even though she was beautiful and elegant, what came out as a feeling from her was a feeling of sadness and loneliness. And I thought, well, it must be hard to be alone in a bar on Easter night where probably everybody's with families, so probably that's why she's feeling sad. And as I got close to her or changed my position, I noticed that it was really somebody that I was knowing, It was a person who was working in that restaurant, but in her uh, day clothing with not working equipment, she was looking completely different, so I didn't recognize her. So I just told her that, I didn't know it was you. You look so beautiful and young, and I was thinking it's someone else. And she replied instantly because her heart is very open and she knows me for many years, and we are sharing good thoughts, and she's playing with my pet when I go there. She replied instantly. I literally cried all day. It was a very hard day for me, and even though I look good on the outside, I feel very bad on the inside. Very rarely people tell you that in a bar, especially when they really tried to look nice. So she told me the story that as her husband has died 2 years ago, she now was crying because she couldn't be in touch with him. He was no longer present in her life, and she was missing him and her family meetings and the fact of having a family and being with family on holidays. And she went on to tell me that even though she has had, a long day, she still believes that today she connected with him very closely because they had a beautiful relationship. They felt really connected when he was in his body, when he was present in her life. So now, as she was crying, she felt her chair that she sat on, her chair was rocking really powerfully, and she thought it was an earthquake. And as she got startled, she realized that it's her husband moving the chair and trying to get her out of that loony mood, of that sadness, immense sadness. So she got up the chair and she got dressed and came to this bar. What happened to me as she was going through this is that I kept getting this message to go to that restaurant and take this mango juice that I didn't even need. After a long walk in the forest, I didn't really need that. But I kept getting this guidance, and as I followed through it, because first of all, I went almost back home and didn't go to get the mango juice. I wasn't interested in it. I wasn't interested in entering a restaurant in this state. But as I listened to my guidance and went back into the restaurant, I got to have this conversation with this person, and eventually she asked me if I can take her home because she's living in the same area that I live. So we continued the conversation in the car, and she said to me, my daughter doesn't believe me, but I am convinced that my husband is communicating with me. I am sure that it was him who rocked my chair today, and there was another instant where he came in the form of a bird, his spirit came through a bird, and he was whistling. The bird was whistling the same way he did, with the exact same tone and the same song as he did, and I was convinced it is him at the window singing, because my husband was always loving birds, and he was always loving when they would come to the window. So it was a message from him that he came there and sang to me. And my daughter thinks I'm crazy, or she gets scared when I tell her these things, but I'm convinced it was him, and I'm convinced that we're still in touch. And I shared to her my story of what happened to me in the same day, that I literally got guided to twice come back to the restaurant. First time I nearly passed it by and went home, but I listened and came back because I was supposed to have that conversation with her, and change her mood and take her home and help her a little bit get out of that sadness. So she cried, and she was so grateful because she told me, I am sure that it is my husband who facilitated this meeting between us. It was him that wanted to help me, and he helped me through you. And I am now convinced that I'm getting in touch with him, because you can also get in touch with him. And while she was sharing that, she was sure that he is by her side, I literally was able to feel his energy, like a little pressure around my head and ears, because I can tell when there's another person's energy or a spirit's energy entering my field. My field feels differently than what it feels when I'm normally, just me. So I told her that, I confirmed that her husband is there, and she went home so happy. I took her home to her home's gate, and she was literally so happy and so grateful. And the last message I gave her is, remember that you are loved and you are cherished. And that you will always be helped, and this is not a tragedy. So the whole perspective that she had shifted completely, and I'm sure it made her day to know that she could actually connect to this beloved person that she's been married to for 35 years, and they've been together basically since she was a child almost. So these things in life that happen very often to me are relevant to the fact that we can actually always get in touch with the spirits of the people who have left their body, or it could be that we can get in touch with the ascended masters, with our spirit guides, and beings of light from various realms that are really, really high, that can help us, like the Christ and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene and the Kuan Yin and Tara and all other beings that are still here to support the evolution of humanity. But since they're not always in their in a physical appearance and something that an appearance that you can see, people get confused about their existence, and they doubt that they actually exist and that they can actually help us. And it's the same with angels. Very few people really believe in angels. I mean, some have had that belief when they were children. In Romania, we have a prayer to the guardian angel. So you are taught as a child to pray to your guardian angel with that specific prayer. So I was, saying that prayer as a child. But I'm not sure that I really imagined that I have a guardian angel, like for real. And many people or children are taught to pray to the guardian angel, but they don't really know if they have one, or trust that they have one. And truth is, we all have guardian angels, more than one. I have a gazillion of guardian angels. And in truth, there are angels for any topic that you might need help with. Even the angels of beauty that might help you change your looks, or take care of your looks, and do changes in your look that are beneficial for you. There are parking angels who can help you really with parking lot, with finding a place in a parking lot. If you ask for help, they will help you with that. And it's always your job to remember to ask for help, because some people don't ask for help for fear that they would bother the beings of light or God or angels. I wouldn't ask for these little things. They are too insignificant. Let me just ask for the big things, or where I'm really in danger or in struggle, because otherwise, angels or God have better things to do, or something like that. There are more important things in the world than the fact that I need a parking space. But the truth is, there aren't. Because in this situation, even, where I was supposed to be at that restaurant before the lady goes, I forgot to ask for a parking space, and I had to wait a little bit till a person who was about to get out of the parking, and she didn't get out. I waited and waited and waited. She didn't get out until there are other cars behind me, and I had to leave, right? So if I had asked for that help, I would have found it, and the person would have left just when I arrive, because that's what normally happens when you ask for help for parking space, right? Somebody leaves just at the time where you came in. There are angels for relationships, angels for finding a partner, right? It's like cosmic, how to call it, cosmic dating app. You know, you can ask for the relationship angels or love angels to find you a person that you can really have a beautiful connection with. And they really do. I mean, but you do have to be a bit specific, not just talk about beautiful connection. Maybe you need other features for that person to have, you know. You might want to ask that it's a person of the opposite sex, you know, if you need a couple partner, or you can ask a person of the same sex, whatever your preferences are. You can ask for specific, you know, age-related things, you know, because they might give you someone compatible and they might give you someone of the gender that you need, but they might be too young or too old in terms of big differences that aren't doable. And that has happened to some people. So you have to get specific about all these things, but the angels always bring you what you ask for, right? If it's for your highest good. There are work angels who can help you with your work situation or job, or, you know, personal mission even. They can help you find your personal mission, or stay on track with the personal mission if you're about to get distracted. There are angels who take care of finances. So you can ask for the finances angels to help you with improving your abundance rhythm or financial situation. There are angels who can help you find or have more clients if you need more clients, because, you know, that not only brings money. See, people say, you know, I could just ask for more money. The clients don't necessarily just bring the money. They also bring certain forms of contact, connection, things that you learn. In my work, I learn a lot from my own work, from my own clients, from the things that we discover together in our private sessions. So even though for the financial situation, you could ask for just more money and they could come, you know, whatever, as an inheritance or anything. When you want to stay on track with your job and personal mission, it's good to ask for more clients, or be specific and say more paying clients. If you just ask for clients, they could bring you the ones that don't pay or don't want to pay or aren't ready to invest in themselves and so on. And it's just annoying to keep getting clients, but not getting the ones that are actually want to be in a mutually beneficial exchange with you. So there's good to know what angels to contact, how to contact them, and when, of course, and to know first and foremost that angels and the beings of light and the God or universal field are never bored of your requests. They are never tired or overwhelmed, or you bother them if you ask for this and that. No, they are there for that. They wouldn't be useful without that. Their purpose wouldn't be if you wouldn't ask for help. So that's why it's good to always ask for help. And I ask for help for everything usually, unless I forget or I'm engaged in a conversation. Like earlier, I was in a conversation with my brother and forgot to ask for the parking place. Normally, unless I am caught in something and my mind isn't fully into it, I always ask for help for what I specifically need and receive it. The next thing, after you ask for help or guidance or money or whatever you ask for, the next important thing is to actually be open to receive it. And you might say, oh, this is, you know, this is something that I don't need to know, because of course if I ask I would receive. That's not always true for people. That's why I'm very specific insisting with this. Not all people who are asking for things are really open to receive. That's something you might want to look at, you know. because some people are asking for something, and then when they get it, they aren't open to receive it, or they somewhat block it, don't letting it come into their lives. You think you want for something, you ask for it, you ask for spirit guides or angels or the beings of light or ascended masters of God to give it to you, and then when it almost arrives, you kind of boycott or sabotage it, so you can't receive it. I've seen so many people asking for a relationship, for example. Finally, the good guy or good girl comes into their lives, and for fear that they might get their heart broken or lose their independence or freedom or whatever fears they have usually, they kind of sabotage that relationship, like every time it happens. So you might want to look at that. If you find yourself asking for things and not receiving them, you might look at, is the universe really bad and not giving you that? Or do you find a certain way to always sabotage what you need to receive, or push away the people that you ask in your lives and stuff like this? I found myself at some point asking for some guidance on my path and the clients in my job and so on. But truth is, at that time in my life, I wasn't wanting to have more clients. I wasn't wanting to work more. And I should have just asked for more money or for just whatever, because I wasn't in that point ready to have more work in my life. I didn't want that. My body was tired. My energy was needing to rebalance, or recharge. Basically, it wasn't imbalanced. I just needed to recharge. So even though I thought I wanted more clients, I actually wanted to rest like for 1,000 years. So I was kind of sabotaging the situations in which I could have had more work to do. And I was literally, even when I had more clients, I was kind of trying to ditch out of the work and like stay on top of a mountain for as long as I could. And so it's good to look at what you really need, what you really, really want to have, what you really, really feel it's best for you before asking for it, right? That was my experience, but you could have same experience with, like, for example, with money. People ask for more money, and they think they want more money, and they think they would love to have more money. And when they receive it, what did they do? They throw it all away. Like, one way or another, they find a way to get rid of it real quick, make some either some shopping that's not necessary, or some bad investments or bad loans or whatever, and they get rid of it. Why? Because there's a program behind this whole situation that sabotages them having more money. And there's thousands of programs that are really keeping people from having money, which I don't want to get into now, but you can book an abundance session, and I'm going to tell you all about it, because people have all kinds of beliefs about how money is bad and how they need to sabotage them being rich, right? So in that respect, look closely for what are your true desires and needs, and also what are the subconscious programs that might keep you from really receiving what you've asked for, really receiving what you need, really accepting, the help that you are asking for or needing from the universe, from God, from the beings of light, from spirit guides, and also the help that you can actually get from people. One thing that I notice, again, about how to, it's on the same topic, how to connect to the universe, spirit guides, and the beings of light or ascended masters, and they help you. One thing that I notice is that people don't really believe that they deserve help, right? Or don't believe that they can receive help. So the universe not always just drops the stuff that you're asking for in your lap. Sometimes it does, but those are rare cases. And the case that I know of is that the universe helps you through people that come into your life, and they can facilitate or bring in what you need. So universal help doesn't always come like with an angel bringing that into your life or dropping it in your lap. Like I said, it comes through people, and people come into your life, and oftentimes when they're really about to receive that help, the person that asked for it, they push away the very person that they could offer you that help. They make sure they send him away or not respond to the guidance that is coming for them, or don't take the steps to get to meet that person or to come closer or to offer the services or the energy exchange that is necessary for you to get that help. So very often you need to pay attention to the ways that you push people away and you push away people's help. Like women with the feminism these days, that I don't agree with at all, the feminism, not the women. When a guy asks you, offers to help you as a woman, and you say, no, thank you, I've got this. Why would you say that? Yeah, the thing is heavy, the bag or whatever he offered, the door is hard to open or whatever. Let him do it. He offered you the help. He feels good doing that. Men actually build up testosterone when they help another person, especially if they help a woman. They feel good, they feel useful, they feel there's some chemicals in the brain and body that are triggered when they are feeling useful and acknowledged, right? So it's your job to let that happen. All you need to do to help yourself and him is to say yes to the help that you're getting. But many people say no to help. You ask for divine help, it comes through the people in your life, and you say no to it for fear you might need to get something in return. So actually, the reason you're not opening up to receive is because you're not ready to give, you're not willing to give what you think you should give, or you're closed up one way or another on the giving and receiving part. Why am I talking about all this today? Is because in this program we have 8 webinars. Each webinar begins with a specific topic, with a specific sharing like this one, and it ends with a very, very important and powerful meditation that we're going to do towards the end of this webinar really soon. And those of you who aren't in this program that is called Pranic Process Online, please make sure to join in. There's a link in bio. If you click on the bio link tree, you find the Pranic Process Online, and you can watch it any time. If you subscribe to this class, you can watch everything from the comfort of your home and in your best timing, because if you can't be online, you still get the recording to watch for a lifetime. So you get there the link of the Pranic Process Online, and you can join us. If you're on Facebook, the link is in the description of the video, and it's also gonna be placed in the comments real soon. So it's very good to be open to receive. And in this meditation that we're just sharing about right now, I'm gonna use the energy of the heart chakra, the heart chakra bowl, the bowl 4, the heart chakra with a specific sound. And we're gonna open and clear and energize this chakra. The thing is that the heart chakra has very much to do with the way you give and receive. So anything in abundance and sharing and relationships and all that, the way it functions has a lot to do with your giving and receiving dynamics, and that has to do with your heart chakra. So once you open up your heart even wider, you're able to actually receive more stuff in your life, while you harmoniously give back what you need to give when it's necessary to have an energy exchange, and when there's stuff that you look forward to receive, but there's something to give back for it, it's important that you're open to give back what you need to give back, for the energy exchange to be balanced. Otherwise, you get imbalanced. The other person from which you are trying to receive stuff is also getting imbalanced. So there's no happy end to a situation where you expect to just receive without giving anything back. There's no happy end to that. Even if you get it through a good negotiation, even if you get that through somewhat cheating in some way, and you think you're the greatest because you've made it and you've nailed it and whatnot, truth is, there's not a happy situation there. It's not going to be okay. It's going to be some imbalance there. If you're not ready to give back what you need to give back for what you've received, there's going to be an imbalance real soon that you're going to basically feel. And I don't think that's beneficial for anyone, right? So some people can't receive just because they're not ready to give or to make a beneficial exchange. And check with that thing, because you know, it might hinder your entire life. It might block the benefits that you are about to, or you were meant to be receiving. It blocks the stuff that you maybe were meant to be having in your life, because you just closed down your receiving gate by closing down your giving gate, right? And they are both connected. This is the mango juice that I was talking about. They are both connected because in your heart you have a part that is receptive and a part that emits energy. So they are needing to be balanced in order for your dynamics to be always okay. Another important thing for you to be able to connect to your spirit guides and light being friends and all the beings of light that you, or ascended masters that you want to get in touch to, is to keep your system clear, and detox and open and the energy and meridians and chakras cleared so that you can receive the right information at the right time, without missing out on it. Because if you're too cluttered energetically or physically, you miss out on information. You are not tuned into the frequency from which you should be and could be receiving guidance or help or whatnot. Another thing that is important is that you set filters of whom you want to connect to. And people were saying, oh, well, you were talking about an experience that they were having on a spiritual path, or journey. And I was saying that it's always good to set a filter that has to do with the type of beings that you really want to connect to. You just don't just randomly open up to the whole astral realm no matter what. You set the filter of how and whom you want to connect to, so that you make sure that you connect with the beings that are beneficial for you. For example, I always, when we open a gathering, say that I ask and command that only the beings of the purest light and love, the light beings of the purest light and love, can connect energetically and telepathically with us. Only the light beings of the purest light and love can connect energetically and telepathically with us. Now, only the light beings of the purest light and love can connect energetically and telepathically with us now. So that filters out all the other presences that wouldn't be beneficial for us, the spirits and energies and entities from the astral realm that don't have anything to do with us and aren't meant to be here. So that's very important to do whenever you start a meditation, whenever you're preparing for a communion, connection to the divine or to your spirit guides or anything like that that opens your field. And at the end of the meditation, to make sure you've grounded. Again, that's also very important to clear your energy. So for me, I've helped many people get connected, and first of all, to their inner self and universe and the light beings that are most beneficial for them, but also I've helped people get connected to the beings in their life that they have lost, that they thought they have lost through death, but death is not really true. It's not really real, right? So it's just a transition in another form, so that the spirit can continue their journey or have different types of experiences, and you still can get in touch with that soul, with that spirit. You can still get information exchange and energy exchange and so on. Only they might be even more evolved and loving and kind, because they're no longer having the challenges that they normally have in their daily life in a human body, right? So that has been my job for the last 15 years or more. I've helped thousands of people get in touch with either light beings, spirit guides, and ascended masters, or the beings in their lives that have passed, only to help them make sure that they're still present. They transform into healing angels or guardian angels for us, and it's very good to know that they never ever ever went away. And that's the Christed message. It's no wonder that we talk about it on Easter, because that's the exactly quintessence of the Christ's message. When he ascended, he resurrected, and he shone himself in the body of light, presenting himself to his beloved Mary Magdalene, and telling her that, basically showing her and demonstrating that he's still alive, he's still in their lives, he's still present for us all, and he never ever ever went away and disappeared, right? And he never really died. That's what I'm trying to say to everyone. So if you want to be in this program for the next days and have all the 8 webinars and have the meditations that we're now going to start in each session, we have sound healing meditation and very deep sharing. Please make sure that you either type yes in the comments and we include you in the webinar, in the program, and you make the payments later, or check the link that I placed in the comments, and it is in bio on Instagram, and be with us according to what it says there, that you can join us. Big blessings to all on Facebook and Insta. See you soon whenever that is. And we're continuing with the meditation and a deeper sharing with our participants on Zoom and YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Big hugs and blessings. Happy Easter to the ones who celebrate now.